All right, we're going to get started this morning. We're going to be on hands and knees. So we're going to come to all fours to get started. I want you to find your hands placed right underneath your shoulders, maybe just a tad in front. And we're just going to take the knees at hip distance. I want you to pull the navel into the spine and let your shoulders wrap down and back. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Every exhalation, I really want you to pull the core into the middle. So you can think about the core corseting in from all 4 sides. Take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Now I want you to keep that corset. Inhale. Exhale the air out. See if you can get the corset a little tighter. Inhale. Keep your corset on. Exhale all the air out, the tightest corset that you have. Good. Now keep that engagement. Make sure that your shoulders are down your back. Keep breathing. And I want you to take an inhalation and reach your right toes towards the back of the mat. Good. Now, as you inhale, I want you to lift that right leg. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. I want you to act as if that toe is pulling to the end of your mat as you lift it, and your belly is pulling to the top of your mat in front of your gaze as you lift and lower that leg. Good. Keep lifting on the inhale and lowering on the exhale. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Good. We'll go 2 more. Last one. Good. Now I want you to hold the next one up. So take it up, hold. Good. Now I want you to bring your right knee towards your right shoulder. So the knee's going to bend. It's going to go towards the right shoulder. We'll take it back and reach it straight. Just 8 of those. 8. Exhale as you bring it forward. Inhale as you extend the leg long behind you. As you're bringing that right knee forward, try to lift it up so that your shin, your ankle, and your knee are all in one line. Good. Just 2 more. Good. Take a breath in and reach. Exhale. Pull it back in. Good. Now reach it behind you. I want you to square off the hip. Good. Now little tiny circles. You're going to go around in those little circles. Good. They're so little, maybe like the size of a silver dollar. Good. You're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep reaching through the leg. Keep pulling those shoulders down. Reverse it. 8, 7, 6. Keep that leg high. Pull the abdomen in and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, knee is going to come towards your nose. You'll pull it in. Excuse me, Knox. Good. As you inhale, you're going to take it back behind you. Good. You'll pull knee in towards the nose. Belly's going to pull in. You're really rounding through the spine. Let the scaps come around the back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. You're going to go 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in underneath you. Hold. I want you to take little tiny pulses of the knee to the chest. You're going to go 8, 7, really round. Pull from the abdominals. I really don't care how high your knee lifts. I just want you moving from the core. 3, 2, and 1. Pull that right foot all the way through. Step it to the front of your mat. I want you to come up on that shin. And we're going to take, I'm going to probably have to move the camera up in a minute here. We're going to take our arms into a cactus from here. I want you to reach the arms into the air and pull the shoulder blades down the back. Feel that scapular engagement. So it's like the lats are pulling down, the serratus muscles are pulling down here. Good. Now from here, you're going to tuck your back toes. You'll pull your elbows towards your hips as you lift the back knee. So we'll lift and pull. We'll reach and drop the knee down. We'll lift and pull. We'll reach and drop the knee down. Good. Do it again. Lift and pull. I'm going to move the camera up just a tad. Good. And down. Lift and pull. And back down. Good. Last 4. And down. Be driving into that right heel. 3. And down. 4. Breath out. Good. Breath in to come down. And last one. And reach. Good job. Take your torso forward with both arms leaning forward. Good. Your belly's going to pull in towards the spine. Your back knee is going to lift. We'll simply sweep the arms back. We'll sweep the arms forward. Sweep the arms back. Sweep the arms forward. Now, the whole time, your core is corseting in. Your ribs are coming down the front of your body. Keep the motion going. Good. Now, I really want you to push into that front heel. Reach through the back heel that's lifted. Good. Last 2. Good. That right glute should be on fire right now. And last one. Good. Now, hands come to the mat. You'll drop your left knee down. You'll sweep your right leg back. Clear back to the back of the mat. You're going to take your left forearm down to the mat, and you'll stay on your right hand. From here, you're going to lift your right leg into the air, and you're going to take your right knee, tap it behind the left knee, so it's a little cross there. You'll sweep it back up. You'll cross it behind. Sweep it up, inhale. Come down behind the leg, exhale. Now, this whole time, I want you to relax through the neck. Relax through the shoulders. Let your legs do the work, even though they've been doing the work. Good. You're going to go 2 more. And last one. Good. Now, you're going to take your right toes. I want you to tap the right back corner of your mat. Then you're going to rainbow up and over. You'll touch the left back corner of your mat. Belly pulls in as your leg reaches up and over. You keep that core connection as you reach up and over to the other side. Good. You're up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Good. For 3. Keep reaching strongly through that leg. Your core is corseted in. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your gaze is just down at that left hand. Good. Last one. We'll lift to the top. Little pulses up. We're going to go 8, 7. Relax your shoulders. Core is tight for 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Great job. Let's come to the bum. I want you to get a little stretch here. So we're going to take our right leg and cross it in front of our left. And then from here, you're just going to take a forward fold. So you walk your hands forward until you feel a stretch in the outer right hip. And just take a few rests there. Yeah, just enjoy that movement, that little burn, right? Those hips, they take a lot to work, but it's amazing, right? When we get it and we're just doing so good with it. All right, we're going to come to the other side now. So I want you to come to hands and knees. Your left leg's going to be doing the work now. So I want you to find your position first. Excuse me, Knox. Okay, so our hands are right underneath our shoulders as they were before. Our shoulder blades are pulled down our back. The core corsets in, and we extend the left leg back now. Good. You can tuck the right toes if you want to for a little extra balance, or you can let the toes go flat. Find your core connection. Take an inhale, the leg lifts. Exhale, it lowers. Inhale, it lifts. Exhale, it lowers. Good. Keep that pattern going. Now, I want you to remember here that when you work the second side, it's always a little bit harder because you've already worked the first side and that leg is a little bit tired. Your leg helped out on that first side. So you have to remember that and not beat yourself up for it. So if you need a break on this side, let yourself do that. Good. You're up and you're down. Every time you lift that leg up, the abdomen pulls harder in and up. It deepens to lift that leg. The back of your neck is long. It's safe because the shoulder blades are down. Last one, we're going to hold up. Good. The knee's going to bend and come out to the side. It's going to tap your right shoulder and you'll send it all the way back. Good. You'll pull it around, tap. You'll reach it back behind you. You'll pull it around, tap. You'll reach it back behind you. Pull it around, tap. Reach it back behind you. Good. Pull the abdomen in. Be really mindful with what your body is doing, your knee, your shin, your ankle, all in one line as you pull that leg out to the side. Try not to shift your weight to the right too much. See if you can really deepen through the core to find that pull. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. And now knee's going to come underneath. We'll pull underneath. We'll reach it back and up. Really cautious not to let that low back go or the shoulders go. The shoulders are going to get tired. They've been pulling down the back body this whole class so far. Pull in. Reach it back. Pull in. Reach it back. Pull in. Really square off the hips as you're doing this. Reach it back. Good. Pull in. Inhale, reach it back. Good. Hold there. Little circles. You're going to go 8, 7, 6. Teeny tiny circles. 5, 4. Low belly pulls in and up. 3, 2, 1. Other way. 8, 7. Leg keeps getting longer. Belly keeps getting thinner from all sides. Waist is pulling into the midline. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull that knee underneath you. Hug it in nice and tight. You're going to do little pulses here. You're going to go 8. Excuse me, Knox. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your left foot forward. All right. Come up to the shin. We're going to take a second to readjust. That means me pulling up my pants, right? I feel like it's just a constant battle with these pants. All right, arms are coming up into a Y shape or right up. It doesn't really matter. But when we pull down, it matters. So I want the elbows to come in towards the waist. That's going to help us with that lat engagement. You can imagine both of those 2 little clutch purses underneath the arms. I always say that to you guys. So really think about that. Hold those in there. Tuck your right toes under. Good. Now we're going to lift the knee as we reach the arms up. Arms are going to come up. We're going to reach up into our lunge. Well, exhale, bring the knee back down. Good. Inhale, take that reach. Exhale, come down nice and slow. Elbows squeeze the sides. Thumbs push back a little bit. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. It's so controlled. Inhale, reach. You can always put an extra blanket under your knee. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Good. Last 3. How hollow could you get the belly? 2. How thin could we reach? Good. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Good. Now I want you to come up. I want you to pitch forward. Have the arms by your ears now. Good. We're going to keep this lunge position. Really bend the left knee so it's over the ankle. Good. Now arms reach back. Good. Now here we're feeling that tricep engagement. Now as we start to reach the arms forward, the ribs are going to want to lift. So I want you to really pull them towards the hips. Good. Now reach back. Reach forward. Strong with the arms. Every muscle is clinging to your bones. Good. Keep breathing. You've got this. Stay with it. Good. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Good. Hands come down. Great job. Left leg goes back. We reach it behind us. The right forearm goes down to the mat. Now, you can keep the right toes tucked or long, doesn't matter. We're going to take your left knee and tap it behind that right knee, crisscross, almost like a curtsy lunge if you've ever done one of those. So we'll tap the knee. We'll lift up with that straight leg. The knee folds as we tap behind the right knee. We lift up and stretch the leg. The knee taps, and we lift. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as we push up. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as we lift up. Inhaling on the way down. Really particular with the shoulders. Just relax. Good. Belly is pulling in all sides of the core. It's just like a corset. Yeah, so we want to hug that in. Nice. For 2. Good. Last one. The leg stays up and is straight behind you. You're going to tap to the left back corner of your mat. You're going to lift the leg, make a rainbow all the way to the right back corner of your mat. Lift up. Rainbow left. As you lift up deep in the core to lift the leg up and pull it to the other side of the mat. Deep in the core, as you extend that leg up, pull the core to the front of the mat. You're pulling so hard. Lift and reach. Lift and reach. Good. For 4. Keep breathing. Relax the shoulders. 3. Last 2. Hug that right in hip towards the mid. Hug your right hip towards the midline. I'll get it. Last one. Good. And now knees are going to match up. You'll walk them forward. Excellent job. All right. So now we'll take our bum to the mat. We're going to take that little stretch on this side. So our left leg is going to be in front of the right this time. First, just sit up nice and tall. Feel both sits bones underneath you. And then go ahead and walk the hands forward. Let yourself take a stretch there. You can come forward all the way if your hips are really flexible. If your hips are not flexible, you can walk the hands even to this upright position might be enough for you as you sit. Good. So just take a few more breaths there. That was a lot of work if you were engaging as much as I was. I'm like out of breath here. Good. All right, come back up. We're going to do one more core thing before we go today. I want you to now come to your back. I'm getting my mic set off to the side here. I want you to bring your legs to tabletop and your hands right beside your hips. Good. Now we're going to take, sorry, my mic fell off. We're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, I want you to drop your right toes to touch the mat. Good. Take an inhale there. Exhale, bring it back up. Good. Inhale. Left toes are going to drop down towards the mat. Hold for the inhale. I want you to hollow out that belly. Exhale, bring the leg back up. Good. Now, if your toe tap looks like this, where you're just going a little bit down, that is perfectly fine. You do not have to go all the way down to the mat. Go to a range that feels good for your low back and that your core can resist that leg back up to tabletop. So you're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, exhale down. Hold for the inhale. Exhale back up. Good. Now we're going to do a little quicker. So we're going to go inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower, left leg. Inhale, lift back up. Good. Now I want you to keep going with that. Now, as we're doing this, you can see my knees started to drift. The tabletop knees started to drift toward my body. That happens. So you want to be really cautious that the knees are staying over the hip line. So just keep an eye on that as you're doing this. Good. You're going to go 4. Good. 3. 2. Good. I must have miscounted. We have to do 2 more to make it even. Last one on the right. And last one on the left. Great job. And feet are going to come down to the mat. You'll take your hands right above you. We're going to do paddle arms. Paddle arms just mean we're going to take one hand down towards the hip, one hand overhead. Now, the reason we practice paddle arms is so we can work on this rib cage. I mentioned it when we were lifting the arms overhead in our lunge today. We really want to corset the ribs down the front of the body as the arm extends overhead. So this is a great place to practice that without being in a lunge and using the legs. Good. So take an inhale. And now exhale, we're going to switch the arms. Keep the ribs corseting down the core and nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. So the whole time, your mind is on the corseting of the core and the ribs down towards the hip points. Switch. Good. And switch. And switch. And switch. Good for 3. 2. Last one. Good. Now we're going to keep the arms the same. Those are going to stay the same, but we're going to lift one leg at a time up to tabletop. Now get into your perfect tabletop position because you're not leaving that. So squeeze the knees together, squeeze the heels together. Really let yourself find the knees directly over the hips and then arms straight up. Good. So you should be working even just here without having to move at all. Your core should be corseting. It should be a little strong to hold those legs in that position. From here, you're going to take the arms into those paddle arms. So the right arm is going to reach overhead. And we're going to switch. Left arm overhead. I like to use the exhalation to think about the ribs corseting down that final time. That's why I'm moving so slowly here. So I can really focus on that connection of the ribs down the front of the body. It's really nice if you have a mirror near you so you can kind of watch those ribs. If you don't, no big deal. But if you're somewhere near one, it's kind of nice to be able to peek at that and see, are my ribs corseting down? You're going to go 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Now bring the legs down. Good. Let the hands just rest beside your hips. And take the feet just a little bit wider. And actually bring the arms out to a T. Good. Now let's take an inhale with the knees at center. As you exhale, rock the knees over to the right. Just hold there for 3 deep breaths. And last inhale. Just kind of setting your mind for the day and all that you have before you. Or maybe it's the end of the day and you're just reminiscing about how good of a day you had and picking out all the positive things. Now bring the legs back to center and then take the legs over to the left. Take 3 breaths there. Really pull that abdomen back. 2. Relax through the shoulders, all the hard work you did. Good. 1 more deep breath. Good. And then bring the knees back to center. Take your hands beside your hips. And for this last little bit, we're just going to take a couple hips lifts. And I want you to really articulate through the spine. We'll probably do like 3. So I want you to tip the tailbone up first. And then I want you to let the tailbone reach towards the end of your mat, letting the pelvis kind of tip forward. If you thought of your pelvis like a bowl, it's tipping back towards the mat. I'm not lifting the hips at all. I'm just tipping the tailbone. And now I'm tipping my tailbone towards the front of the mat. 2 more times like that. And reach. Good. Pull that navel in, back. And reach. Good. Now we're going to tip the tailbone up towards the sky, and our hands will be pressed on the mat. We'll slowly articulate 1 vertebra at a time all the way off the mat. Good. Take an inhalation when you get to the bra line. Don't go any further than that because then we have The shoulder blades on the mat. We're secure. We don't have any tension in the neck. Good. And now I want you to slowly articulate the spine down. I like to think of the abdomen pulling back and the knees reaching away from me. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, tip the tailbone up. Just to the brow line. Inhale. Reach through the knees. Keep reaching through the knees as you slowly set each vertebra down onto the mat. Good. Take a second there, deep breath. Maybe a prayer or a wishful thought for today. Send it up. Good. And then hug both knees into the chest. Oh, just feel that low back stretch. Maybe a little rock side to side there. Good. Then hands will come behind the knees. You're going to rock yourself up. And that is it. I hope you have the most amazing day today. Thank you so much for joining me.